हेलो एंड वेलकम। आज यूजीसी नेट पेपर 1 जनरल पेपर का 24 जून 2026 को कॉमर्स के एग्जाम में पूछा गया क्वेश्चन पेपर एनालाइज करेंगे और उसके पॉसिबल आंसर्स चेक करेंगे। जनरल पेपर क्वेश्चन नंबर 1। For optimizing learning outcomes, which of the following factors have been identified as the most effective in terms of research evidences in the global context? Home related factors, school related, teacher related or supplementary technological device related factors. Correct answer is teacher related factors. For example, teachers quality, teaching method, subject knowledge, classroom infrastructure, etc. Option 3 is correct answer. What is the hallmark of reflective teaching? Reflective teaching is a level of teaching, highest level of teaching, like memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. So they are asking to identify features of reflective teaching. Clear, organized, and well-structured content, personalized, interactive, and high level of cognitive interchange. Correct. Option 2 is correct answer. Cognitive teaching or reflective teaching. Next question. Identify the correct sequence of cognitive behavior in taxonomy of educational objective. Knowledge application, understanding analysis, and synthesis. So correct sequence is knowledge A, then understanding P, then application B, then analysis and synthesis. A, C, B, D, E is correct sequence and option 3 is correct answer. Next, in which scale of measurement, classification, order, and equality of units are ensured? So question is asking us to identify measurement scale with equal intervals. Ordinal, nominal, interval or ratio. Interval is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. Identify the correct statement. Computer-based testing ensures high reliability and validity in the process of evaluation centered on effective and cognitive domains of behavior. No, it is cognitive domain of behavior. So, statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. Support materials in the form of programmed instructional model have a tremendous potential to maximize learning. True. So, statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is true. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, which argument may be advanced in support of action research in education? So, question is asking to identify main benefit of action research. Advanced in support means advantages or benefits of action research in education sector. So, the researcher breaks fresh ground in the field of inquiry. Knowledge is applied to extend further generalization. Some new principles are formulated for explaining event. All these are features of other researches. So, D is correct answer. Next, which argument may be advanced in support of action research in education? So, question में क्या पूछा है? Which argument may be, out of these 4 arguments, which argument may be advanced in support? Means advantages or benefits of action research in education sector. A researcher breaks fresh ground in field of inquiry. The knowledge is applied to the extent further generalization. Some new principles are formulated for explaining the events. All these are the features of some other type of research. So option 4 is correct answer. The educational situation as well as the practitioner of education undergo a change for the better. So this is advantage or benefit of action research in education. In simple term, Action research solves immediate practical problems and improves practices. Option 4 is most appropriate answer. Next, the critical difference between experimental and ex post facto research lies in terms of selection of sample, causal connection between two variables, use of research tool, or control and manipulation of independent variables. So, critical difference, major difference between experimental and ex post facto method is option 4 is correct answer. Experimental research manipulates the variable and ex post factor does not. So option 4 is correct answer. In establishing research problem of a PhD level course in initial stage, which of the following stages are crucial? इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेप कौन सा होगा पीएचडी लेवल कोर्स करने के लिए एस्टेब्लिशिंग अ रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम इनिशियल स्टेज पूछा है हाइपोथेसिस मेकिंग नो इट कम्स इन अ लेटर स्टेज locating a problem area from the field through survey of related literature correct defining the population of research and its characteristics it is the part of research design selecting a pointed issue called a problem by process of logical analysis correct defining and delimiting the problem correct B, D, E are correct. It is the initial stage of defining research problem. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, from the following identify those which are called non-probability sampling procedures. Systematic sampling probability है. Quota sampling non-probability. Stratified sampling probability. Purposive sampling also called as judgmental sampling non-probability and snowball sampling also non-probability. So B, D, E are correct. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. The goal of inquiry in fundamental research is directed at bringing an increment in the fund of knowledge. Action research is a research by practitioner, for the practitioner and of the practitioner. Correct? Both are true. Option 1 is correct answer. Announcement of arrival and departure of train at railway station is spatial communication, organizational, public or sectional. So correct answer is public communication for everyone in public area. So public communication is correct. Next, factors that contribute for effective classroom communication are information overload, use of unfamiliar word, balanced flow of words, circular flow of message, mechanism to access the feedback. Correct. B, C, E. C, D, E are correct. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2 are given. A content and style of communication are the predictor variables of effective teaching. A good and communicative teacher evokes means eliminate, relatively less question from the students. Correct. Both are correct. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, find out the correct sequence from the of the following transmission. Narrowcasting, telegraph, broadcasting, telephone and podcasting. So very old. Telegraph, then telephone, then broadcasting, narrowcasting, A and podcasting, E. B, D, C, A, E. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2 examples of communication and types of communication. Marketing, horizontal, vertical, and informal. A company boss telephones his or her secretary for some help from outside. That is informal communication. A company issues circular of guidelines to its employee is vertical communication. Employee discuss their certain issue among themselves is horizontal because they are discussing at the same level, and the company sends formal letter to its retailer and wholesaler is marketing communication. So correct sequence is A4, B3, C2 and D1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. If article is sold at gain of 19%, then the selling price is 109% of cost price. No, it is 119% of cost price because cost price is assumed to be 100. Profit is 19%, then selling price will be 119, 100 plus 19. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2. If an article is sold at a loss of 9%, then the selling price is 109% of cost. No. Cost price is again, it will be 100. Then at a loss means 100 minus 9 is 92% selling price. 91%, 91%. 100 minus 9, 91%. Statement 2 is also incorrect. Both are incorrect. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, find odd one out in the from the following 5, 7, 12, 17, 19 and 23. All these are prime number except 12. So option 2 is correct answer. Next, at what angle the hands of a clock, hands mean घड़ी के कांटे की बात कर रहे हैं, are inclined at 15 minutes past 5. तो 5:15 को कौन सी डिग्री होगी वो पूछा है. तो if 3 hours is 90 degree, 3 hours equals to 90 degree means 1 hour equals to 30 degree. हमें 5 बजने के बाद की बात बोली है इसलिए 5 hours equals to 5 into 30 150 डिग्री. अब 5:15 को 15 मिनट जैसे होगी वैसे ही ये 5 बजने के बाद उसका आर हैंड जो है वो थोड़ा 6 की तरफ बढ़ेगा. तो 15 मिनट्स आउट ऑफ टोटल 60 मिनट्स 30 डिग्री पर आर होता है. तो कितना होगा 15 डिवाइडेड बाय 60 into 30 डिग्री इक्वल्स टू 7.5. 7.5 डिग्री एक्स्ट्रा होगा मतलब तो ये 150 डिग्री प्लस 7.5 डिग्री टोटल 157.5 डिग्री. तो टोटल 157.5 डिग्री में से जो मिनट का कांटा होगा 90 डिग्री वो डिडक्ट कर दे तो बैलेंस बचेगा 67.5 डिग्री means 67 and half. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of digits is divisible by 3. Correct. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of digits is not divisible by 9. No. So statement 2 is incorrect. So option 3 is correct answer. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is incorrect. Next, the difference between the square of two consecutive number is 35. The smaller number is consecutive numbers means for example if first number is n and second number will be n plus 1. So दोनों का स्क्वायर हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है तो n plus 1 स्क्वायर और माइनस n स्क्वायर दैट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन टू नंबर्स आर 35. तो ये होगा 2n plus 1 equals to 35. So n equals to 35 minus 1 divided by 2. 34 divided by 2, 17. So n is the smaller number. So it will be 17. And another number will be 18. Next, Upanaya in Indian, Nyaya syllogism correspond to which of the following in Aristotelian syllogism. तो इक्विवेलेंट टर्म हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है. Major premise, minor premise, conclusion, या both major and minor. Minor premise is correct answer. Next, fire is not warm because it is produced, such as water, is an example of which type of fallacy. So, if a statement is already disproved by direct observation, it is badhit. Option 2 is correct. Next, statement 1. केवल व्यतिरेकी form of inference is that when the middle term is the differentium of the minor term. Kevalan form of inference is that when the middle term is both positively and negatively related to the major term. No, only positively. Negatively term नहीं आएगा. So statement 1 is correct. 2 is incorrect. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, the knowledge of relation between name and object denoted by the name, that name, is verbal testimony, implication, inference, or comparison. Verbal testimony is correct answer. Knowledge obtained through words or language. So option 1 is correct answer. Ankur receives an email informing him that his credit card is going to be cancelled. The email advises him to click on the provided link and sign into the online banking account to prevent this from happening, which he does. A week later, Ankur noticed that 10,000 rupees has been withdrawn from his bank account. What has Ankur fallen victim to phishing scam? Option 1 is correct answer. It is phishing. Next, statement 1 and 2. A company-wide network close to public access which use internet type technology is called World Wide Web. No, it is intranet. Correct term is intranet. Means within the company जो इंटरनेट की तरह ही हम यूज कर सकते हैं, डेटा को ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं, बट क्लोज टू पब्लिक एक्सेस. पब्लिक को एक्सेस नहीं मिलेगा. दैट इज इंट्रानेट. So statement 1 is incorrect. Modem is a device that enables a computer to communicate over telephone lines. Correct. Statement 1 is incorrect. 2 is correct. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. The value of hexadecimal number 21 is 33 in decimal number system. Let's check. Hexadecimal 21 equals to 2 into 16 power 1 plus 1 into 16 power 0. So 16 power 1, 16 into 2, 32 plus 16 power 0, 1 into 1, 1. So 32 plus 1, 33. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2. The value of binary number 1110 is 14 in decimal number system. So अभी बाइनरी टू डेसिमल करना है 1110. तो 1 into बाइनरी टू डेसिमल 1 2 3 क्यूब होगा 2 क्यूब प्लस 1 into 2 square plus 1 into 2 power 1 plus 0 into 2 power 0. So 2 cube is 8 plus 2 square is 4 plus 2 power 1 into 1 2 plus 2 power 0 1 into 0 0. So 8 plus 4 plus 2 is 14. Both are correct. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2 digital initiative and objective. NAD, Swayamprabha, NDL and Swayam. Utilization of satellite communication technology for transmission of educational e-content through national channel Swayamprabha. B1. All digital library that stores information, that is metadata, about different types of digital content is NDL. C2. 24/7 online storehouse of all academic award certificates and degrees, NAD, and offers various online courses for school education and higher education, Swayam. 3124 is correct sequence and option 2 is correct answer. Identify the correct order from the following different types of storage or memory component in computer on the basis of price per bit. bytes of storage from most expensive to least expensive. DDR4 RAM, HDD, SSD, CPU cache. So correct sequence is D CPU cache file, then DDR4 RAM, then HDD, and then HDD. So correct sequence is DACB. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, given below are some metals which are released into environment from variety of anthropogenic sources. Identify the metals which have been serious concern from point of view of pollution of water bodies. Aluminium, copper, mercury, cadmium, and lead. C, D, E are correct. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. Two sounds of name intensity but different frequency characteristics may appear to be different loudness. Correct. The response of human ear to noise of different frequencies is not uniform. Correct. Both are correct. Option 1 is correct. Next, assertion reason. Long-term low-emission development strategies by each country are crucial to realizing the goal of Paris Agreement. Correct. Montreal Protocol. Nationally determined contribution declared by each country are not sufficient to keep the rise in global temperature up to 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial level. Correct. Both are correct and R is correct explanation of A. So again, option 1 is correct answer. Next, identify the correct sequence in descending order of lifetime of following greenhouse gases in atmosphere. Methane 12 years, nitrous oxide 114 years, surface ozone few days or weeks, and CFC chlorofluorocarbon 11 is for 45 and 52 years. So correct sequence is B, D, A, C. Option 2 is correct answer in decreasing order. Next, statement 1 and 2 are given. Hurricanes and typhoons are essentially the same as tropical cyclones, correct? Warm tropical ocean and moist air mass are prerequisite for the development of tropical cyclones. Both are correct. Option 1 is correct answer. Which of the following modality of higher education is example of evolution in the post-independence India? Teacher education, technical education, legal education, distance education. Option 4 is correct answer. The distance education expanded significantly after independence. Next, the education imported through institution of higher learning in India, such as Sanskrit Vidyapit, is an example of non-conventional learning program, value education program, Oriental learning program, professional education program. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2 stages of development of value and outcomes. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4. Value collection through invitation, evaluation, consolidation, and clarification. Stage 1 clarification. Stage 2 collection through invitation. Stage 3 value consolidation. And stage 4 inner evaluation. So 4, 1, 3, 2 is correct sequence and option 3 is correct answer. Next, statement 1 and 2. The Vice Chancellor of University is an executive head who is vested with administrative as well as academic responsibilities. Correct. For a charismatic leadership attributes in a Vice Chancellor, both transactional as well as transformational leadership competency are needed. Both are correct. So option 1 is correct. Next, for ensuring effective administration, which of the following is most difficult? Changing knowledge of individual and group, skill, attitude, or behavior. Correct answer is option 3. Changing attitude of individual and group is the most difficult. So here we have completed 24 June 2026 question paper, which was asked in commerce examinations set 2. So if you have any query, you can comment down. Happy learning. Bye.